Morning. It is Wednesday, May 6th, and it's time for your math lesson. Yesterday we talked about the different units of weight that we use in the customary system, and today we're going to talk about how you can convert customary units of weight. So we're going to be using pages 729 to 732 for this lesson. So you're going to want to get that ready. And I just want to remind you that to convert means to change. So we use this when one way has been used to measure an object and we need the measurement in a different weight. So the customary units of weight and how we convert them, 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds, okay? So remember we talked yesterday about a strawberry is about an ounce, right? And a pound is about the size of a pineapple. Well, it would take about 16 strawberries to equal the size of a pineapple, okay? For a ton is the size of a car. So it would take 2,000 pounds or about 2,000 pineapples to equal the weight of a car, okay? So when we're doing conversions, I want to remind you that using a ratio table is the best strategy that you can use, okay? So 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. So when you're doing a ratio table, what you want to do is you want to start with how many are in 1. So 1 pound is 16 ounces, okay? Now we can go to other units that we want to try. I like to do doubling as a strategy. So if I double to 2 pounds, I would double the amount of ounces. That would be 32. Okay. Now if I double that again, and now I have 4 pounds, then I would double 32 ounces. That would give me 64. Okay. Then what I could do is I could say, okay, 5. I could add 4 pounds plus 1 pound to equal 5 pounds. So that would be 64 ounces plus another 16 ounces. So if I had 10 plus 60, that would be 70. And then 6 plus 4 is 10. So 70 plus 10 would give me 80. Okay. Now I could double that to 10. And that would give me, if I double the amount of ounces, that would give me 160, okay? Now, if I wanted to take 1 pound away and do 9 pounds, I could take 16 ounces away from 160. So if I take away 160, take away 10 would give me 150. And then if I take away 6 more, that would be 144. Okay, so I made my first ratio table. Now I'm going to be using this information again when I go back to my, when I go to my bookwork. Let's take a look at tons. So remember in a ton, there is 2,000 pounds. So I'm going to put 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. I'm just going to move this a little closer here. So 1 pound is 2,000, or 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So that would be 2 pounds. If I double that would be 4,000. Okay. Now if I double that again, I have 4 tons. I double the amount of pounds. That would be 8,000. Okay. Now if I want to go to 5 tons, I could add 4 tons plus 1 ton. So 8,000 pounds plus 2,000 pounds would give me 10,000 pounds. If I double 5 tons to be 10 tons, now I could double my pounds. 10,000 doubled would be 20,000. Now, if I wanted to take a ton away, then I could take away, I took away 1 ton, so I can take away 2,000 pounds from my 20,000, that would be 18,000. Okay. All right, so I've made my ratio tables. I'm gonna keep coming back to this information. So once you make a ratio table, you wanna keep it and you wanna keep using it for these problems, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's read what it says. It says, recall that to convert from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply, okay? 1 pound is 16 ounces. So example 1. Lee needs to buy 4 pounds of vegetable burger patties. The table shows the number of ounces in each package of patties. How many packages will Lee need to buy? So she needs to buy 4 pounds, right? But if you notice that each one of the packages, they come in ounces. So we need to know how many ounces she needs, okay? So she's buying 4 pounds, so we need to convert that to ounces. So we need to multiply. There are 16 ounces in a pound, so you can multiply 4 by 16, okay? And if we do that, we already actually have that on our ratio table, okay? 4 pounds is 64 ounces, okay? 4 times 16 is 64. We can prove it by going 6 times 4 is 24. We carry that 2 over. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So 4 pounds is 64 ounces, okay? So she needs 64 ounces. So I'm gonna look back up at the packaging and I see that 2 packages is 64 ounces. So that means that Lee is gonna need to buy 2 packages. So I'm gonna write 2 packages, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and take us over to example 2. A ton is a very heavy unit of measurement. Remember, a ton is about the weight of a car. There are 2,000 pounds in a ton. So example 2, it says use the table to find how many pounds a stegosaurus weighed. So a stegosaurus, it says it weighed 3 tons, right? So we need to know how many pounds that is. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take us to our ratio table, okay? So we have on our ratio table that 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, 2 tons is 4,000 pounds, and then we doubled to 4, but we don't have 3 yet. So let's go ahead and let's make 3 down here, okay? Now I'm thinking if I add 1 ton or 2 tons plus 1 ton, that will be 3 tons. So if I add 4,000 plus 2,000, that would be 6,000, okay? So that means that a stegosaurus would weigh 6,000 pounds. So the way they did it here is they said to find the weight of a stegosaurus in pounds, multiply the number of tons by 2,000. So 3 times 2,000 is 6,000. So it agrees with our ratio table. So a stegosaurus weighed 6,000 pounds, okay? Let's go ahead and go to our guided practice. We're gonna do these 2 ratio tables here, okay? Now, I already have some of this information on my ratio table that I made. So I'm gonna put my ratio tables here and I'm gonna use that to help us so that we don't have to keep doing the same work over and over again. So here I have pounds and ounces. I already have on my ratio table here that 2 pounds is 32 ounces. So I'm gonna put 2, 32. And then we have our ordered pair, 2 pounds, 32 ounces. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with 3. So 3 pounds, I know that if I add 1 pound plus 2 pounds, that's gonna be 3 pounds. So if I add 32 plus 16, I can go 2 ones plus 6 ones is 8 ones, and then 3 tens and 1 10 is 4 tens, so that's 48. So 3 pounds is 48 ounces, and then I make my ordered pair 348. Now I already have on my ratio table here, 4 pounds is 64 ounces. So I can write that in and make my ordered pair 4 pounds, 64 ounces. And then my 5 pounds, I also have that on my ratio table. 5 pounds is 80 ounces. My ordered pair is 580. Okay, so see how I used my ratio table? The ones that I didn't have, I used the information to fill it in. The ones that I did have, I just copied the information over. So now I'm going to do the same thing with tons and pounds. So I have 2 tons, and I already have that 2 tons is 4,000 pounds. So I'm going to put 4,000, and then I'm going to make my ordered pair 2 and 4,000. Okay, I already have that 4 tons is 8,000 pounds. And then I'm going to make my ordered pair 4 and 8,000. And 6, I don't have 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make 6. So when I make 6, there's a couple of strategies I can use. I know that 6 is double of 3. So if I double the tons, I double the pounds, that's 12,000. 3 was 6,000, so I double it to make 12,000. I could also say 5 tons plus 1 more ton, so 10,000 plus 2,000, still 12,000. Okay, so 6 tons gives me 12,000 pounds, so I go 6 and 12,000. All right, and then 8. So for 8, what I can do, I know that 8 is double of 4. So if I double the 8,000 pounds, that will be 16,000 pounds. So now I'm going to go 8 tons is 16,000 pounds, 8, 16,000 for my ordered pair. Okay, so I want you to remember that you could start this lesson by building your ratio table and then continue using that ratio table to help you so that you don't have to keep doing the same work over and over and over again. Okay, all right, I hope you have a great day. Happy mathing.